Hey everybody, welcome to the Creativity Cave. I'm Dina Rico and I'm so excited to share with you today our brand new product line, which includes the amazing Stampin' Blends alcohol-based markers. These markers are so gorgeous, they are so easy to use, and they will transform your coloring into what I can only describe as professional, artistic, amazing, and wonderful. So I am going to show you all the products that we have available, as well as some basics on how to use them. I also have an online class that goes into much greater detail on how to blend, creative ways to use these markers, as well as lots and lots and lots of inspiration, tips, and tricks. So let me show you all of this amazing stuff. First of all, we have, beyond the markers, which I'm going to bring out in just a moment, we have this beautiful project kit called the Color Me Happy Project Kit. As you can see, it makes 4 different cards, and there are actually 4 each of these cards, so 16 cards total. They're super cute, and they incorporate the Stampin' Blends in each project, as well as some really cute little accessories and prints and whatnot that come in the kit. So I will be demonstrating a project out of here in just a minute. There's the coordinating Color Me Happy stamp set, which has these beautiful images in it that are perfect for this coloring. And you can see I used that to color and create this card here, which is out of this kit, by the way. So it's really a fun kit. And then, of course, the markers themselves. Here's one of the projects I've recently made with the markers. Isn't this gorgeous? This will be in the online class. Here's another card that I have featured on my blog recently with some basics on how to color. So let's get started and take a look at the markers, because they're truly the hero and the star of our show. And here they are, the star of our show, these amazing, gorgeous markers. Oh, I just like to touch them. They're so beautiful and so easy to use and create just vibrant, rich, gorgeous, amazing color. So I can't wait to show you how to use them. But first of all, there are 12 pairs of colors, and the pair come with a darker version and a lighter version. They're double-ended, as you can see. There is a more blunt end and then a more brush end to each marker. And then there's also, so there's 12 different color pairs. There's also a ivory and bronze marker, and these markers are great for creating skin tones and some of the browns you might need in your coloring. There is also a Stampin' a color lifter, and the color lifter is a great tool that can be used with any of these colors, and I love this color lifter because it gives you lots of options. Now, if you were with us when we used to have blendabilities, you might recall we had 3 marker sets. The color lifter is really great because it kind of gives you that third marker, to be honest, and I think having 2 markers is a little bit more simple and easy to create with. So I kind of like it actually better. Okay, so let me show you how these markers work. Okay, I'm going to move them aside and I'm going to take and create one of the projects in our, I seriously was like, I don't know what to do with these markers. I'm going to take and create one of the projects in our kit. So I've got the kit, like I said, comes with everything that you need. The only thing you have to add to it, of course, are the markers and a little bit of adhesive. Okay, so in the kit are all the things you need, where there is some gorgeous gold foil tape. There are some cute little tassels, sequins, some baker's twine, and then, of course, the different parts and pieces for each card. So I think, oh, and then, of course, the envelopes. And they're not just envelopes. They're envelopes. They're really pretty. You can see each of them is coordinated, to go with the card. So the insides are even fancy, which is really fun. And then they've got this beautiful gold on each of them, which I love, because who does not like fancy envelopes? Okay, so In here, I think I would like to create this thank you card because it's really super easy and pretty. And I love the colors. So, of course, one of the things that drew me to this card kit were that the colors are just gorgeous. So you can see here is the pre-scored card. I'm just going to go ahead and fold that card. Then on the back of the project thing, it gives you some color photos for putting these together so you can see them a little closer. So I know I'm going to need my pool party and my Night of Navy, and then my pumpkin pie markers. Those are the markers that come with this, or that are suggested with this kit. They do not come with the kit, they're just suggested with the kit. So I will pull them out, as well as the pink pirouette. That's the other suggestion for the kit. Okay, so I've got this. Oh, and pool party, I suppose I should have those too. So we're going to take these 3 sets of cards, or markers. My goodness. Words are hard when you're so excited. Okay, I need one of these cute little banners. And then I also am going to need a label. I saw those back here, which has this gorgeous gold on it. And I already know that I'm going to need to stamp my thank you. So let's get that out. Now, one of the important parts about stamping with our Stampin' blends is that you use the Memento ink. So Memento ink is an ink that is good for use with alcohol-based markers because it will not run or bleed. Now, one thing I've noticed, if you do not allow your stamping to dry completely before you go ahead and blend with it, it will bleed. So make sure you do give it a good chance at drying. And that doesn't mean you need to stamp it and then wait overnight or anything crazy like that. It just means don't immediately color. Okay? So I've got my thank you stamped. Isn't that cute? Okay, then I'm going to put the other parts of the card together so that when I'm ready to mount, or when I'm done, I can color and it will be dry, is what I'm trying to say. Oh my gosh, I'm really having some troubles here. Okay, so I will take some adhesive and attach this. I always like to kind of curl things just a touch. We'll place that right in the middle of our card. I love the different patterns that are in these beautiful cards. And by the way, if you like the written directions, they are on here. So for instance, the 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, where's my 4th card? You know it's in here. Thank you. Oh, they are on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seriously. Okay, so this one's pretty simple. Stamp sentiment on gold label in Memento. Color in pool party pumpkin pie Night of Navy. Adhere to, yeah, that's it. Okay. Oh, and then I'm going to grab the coordinating card envelope, which was this one. Although I think you really could kind of mix and match these envelopes because they're pretty cute. So, okay, so let's go ahead. I think we have waited long enough. This should be good and dry. And let's start coloring. So first of all, whenever I color, I like to work with the darkest colors first. And I think the easiest thing on this one is to start near the top. And I'm going to go about 2/3 of the way with each of my letters, using the darker of the pool party markers. So kind of 2/3 of the way down. And this is on the front. You can see like each of the letters has kind of a shadow behind it. We'll do that in the Night of Navy marker. And one of the other things I love about this is if you mess up, you can use that color lifter as kind of an eraser. So that's kind of awesome. I noticed I went out of the lines just slightly on this loop. So if I take my color lifter and kind of go over that, I'm just going to erase, and we'll watch and let that dry and you'll see that the color is gone. So that makes me kind of excited. Okay, now I'm going to take my lighter of my two colors, my light Pool Party, and then I'm just going to go across the bottom. I'm going to overlap the top color a little bit so that I get some blending. And then I will have a lighter bottom and a darker top to each of my letters. And then we're really going to show how cool this is when we add the Night of Navy. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then, you know what, I'm going to go over this just one more bit. There we go. Okay, then next I'm going to take my Night of Navy, and I think I'm going to use the lighter, and I'm going to use the bullet end, the more detail end, because I'm going to color in that shadow portion. And doesn't that just make the letters pop? Oh my goodness. I love it. And I might add, I'm being really careful because I want to stay inside the lines. Sometimes that's hard to do when you're talking on a video and coloring. But isn't this fun? So I took these, I know I've mentioned this before, but I took these and my markers in a little container, brought them upstairs, and I have a little lap board, and watched a movie with my family while I colored. Oh my gosh, it was so relaxing. And if it's one of those movies that you're watching with your family and you're really not into it, it's a fabulous way to be there and be engaged with your family, but not bored to death. So I kind of love that. Oh, and so, you know, you see all of the color therapy books, coloring books and whatnot. These markers are perfect for coloring with that. Now, one thing I will tell you is they do bleed. So you are going to want to put something behind your work surface and be aware that the back side, and I'll show you in just a second, the back side of these are going to definitely bleed through, and you will see that. Okay, so there's my thank you. And then all I really need to do is add a little bit of the pumpkin pie. I'm just going to do the tips in the darker color, and then I'll do the rest in the lighter color. Now, because these are alcohol-based markers, you definitely want to make sure you close them up each time you use them. Don't just leave them open laying around. Of course, I find that I wouldn't do that normally anyway, but there we go. Okay, isn't that gorgeous? Now look at the back side. You can see it totally comes through, so you just want to be aware of that. If you need to protect your work surface with a scrap piece of paper, I do recommend doing that. All right, so all I need to do to finish up my project is to simply put some dimensionals on the back and adhere it to my card, and that's it. It's so easy. It's such a relaxing thing to do to color, by the way. I highly recommend it. I've always found stamping to be fabulous therapy, but this is definitely amazing. And you can see they're darker up here and lighter down here. I just love that look. It really adds an extra oomph to your cards. Again, you can see the shading so well in some of these projects that I've already completed. You can see the beautiful shading, and this was actually the very first card I made, so it's not even like amazing because I still am perfecting my technique, but this one's not half bad. I was very excited with how this one came out. So anyway, now what's awesome about this is I have an online class for the Stampin' Blends. There are 4 options, so you can choose whichever one works best for you. There's everything from just the online only version, which has 8, it might actually end up with 9 videos that give you tips and tricks, basics on how to use these markers, as well as lots of suggestions and unique ways to use them. There's, of course, each video contains a different project. This will be one of them. And then there are also the online plus pre-cut cardstock. That version has all those video tutorials and directions, plus all the pre-cut cardstock to make the projects. There is 2 versions, or actually 3 versions maybe, of bundles where you get both a few markers, some more markers, or all the markers. So it's up to you on which one you'd like to do. The video comes out this week, so there's not much waiting. The product launched today, so you can order them right now if you would like. And of course, you will not be disappointed with these markers. And I cannot wait to share with you all the amazing things you can do with them. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have an awesome day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.